My name is Jahi Tucker. My LLC is Tack Boxing LLC.
Hey, it's Kellen, and today on Diversified Game, you guys are in for a treat all the way from the steam room. He's cutting weight right now. This is a super lightweight at the moment. He's 5-0, 3 KOs, and I promise you, if you've seen him online, you know this young man is going to have way more KOs. His record is just, I mean, it's going to stay at that 0, and he's going to just keep going. But I have Jahi Tucker, Queens official. Nas, holler at him, man. Let him get some of that, that guidance real quick. But what, Jahi Tucker, man, you are dangerous online. How are you doing?
That, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. God bless, man.
Yeah, he blessed, and you're 18 years old. I've seen your fights when you were 17, and I'm like, this guy here. I mean, Al Heyman, Uncle Al. Holla, you got another billionaire ready to tell us, having this success so early, how long have you been boxing? Tell the people, for the 9-year-old who's listening, how long you've been doing this.
I've been boxing since I was 7 years old, you feel me? From 7 to 13, then I took a break for about a year, 2 years, and then when I turned 15, I started right back.
Okay, what stopped? What had you stop?
To be honest, like, I wasn't getting any fights, and the thing is, when you weren't getting any fights, it's like I trained mad hard. Ever since I was a kid, we trained super hard. So it was a matter of like, I'm training, I'm doing this training, but I'm not getting any fights. I'm not getting to showcase myself, But
okay,
once I turned 15, everybody got older. We started getting to fight and stuff like that. So then after that, we touched nationals. We won nationals. Then we went international with Team USA. We won gold. The pandemic hit. Then we went pro.
Now tell the people, because a lot of folks say they have hands that are nice. I'm one of them, right?
Okay.
But there's a politics to boxing to even get those fights. Can you shed some light for a young boxer on what they need to do? Is it getting the right management? I know your dad is on your team. Is it getting the, being in the right city? So if you're in Kentucky, you might need to move to New York. Like, give a little game on that.
It's more, listen, it was like that at one point in time, but the best thing I can tell you to do is, A, you need a good team. You need a team of people that care about you and a team of reputable people, 2, you need, like you said, not so much you gotta move, but you have to connect with everybody. Thanks to, technology and everything, we got phones now, we got apps, like, you can connect. I could be right here, and I'm in New York and I'm upstate, and I see we're connected right now. We're not the same place, not the same city right now. We connected though. We look nice where you at.
Oh, South Florida is always nice, man. As long as you pay the price. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, here's a question for my fellow sports agents, because I'm a consultant, but I'm also a sports agent. I'll tell the sports agents out there, when they're trying to go grab talent, some of the pet peeves that you have of managers, agents, everybody has something good to say in the beginning, but that everybody's intentions aren't good. Can you give and shed some light so people can kind of get some game on that?
That's something you gotta really be careful with, because a lot of times you never know who you do business with, until it gets to that point where they show you their character for the better or for the worse, And to be honest, you just have to keep your eyes open at all times and pay attention. Try not to put yourself in bad predicaments. And if you do, always make sure you cover your back first, because especially, granted, you're not working with, granted, you're working with people that you don't really know like that, you don't know their intentions. Make sure that close any back doors. Make sure there's no back doors open. Feel me?
Definitely, definitely. And I'm gonna add one more thing. Make sure you check their references. Ask their other clients if they're broke, if they've been ripped off. You know, we know there's been some kings out there that have ripped off some real heavyweights. You know, that's a play on words, y'all. Some kings that have ripped off
heavyweights. Not a fact.
Now, you know, still being young in the game, you got your dad with you, and that's a beautiful blessing in itself. Can you talk about, you know, when you first started to get that money, where people your age right now are happy with minimum wage, and then you get a stack and you're like, what do I do with it? Because a lot of folks blow their stacks and they can't get it back. What have you know, what are you doing to prepare your mind for that financial gain?
That financial gain, man, the best thing to do right now is just save the money, and not just save it, because if you save 200,000 right now, 20 years later, that 200,000 is not worth the same. You feel me? Like, you stack 200, you gotta slowly but surely invest it. You don't rush into investments, but you do look for them, and once it makes sense, it make money. It's a fact.
Now, being 18, I gotta use you because I'm 40. So people say, Kellen, you already had your fun. We heard you had the Rolexes, you had the Prada, the brand names, you got the kids, you got the wife, but you're 18. How does an 18-year-old delay that gratification of going and buying that new $100,000 car or $100,000 watch, like, and to save it and put it into an index fund or something? What can you tell that person in the similar age that, you know, someone like myself, they'll be like, man, you don't know.
Well, luckily for me, like you said, I got my father, you feel me? So my father, he always instilled that to me when I was younger, you know? And, you know, I'm still a young guy. I still like nice stuff. But the best thing is make sure that you're able to cover it, like, and still have a lot of money left back. You know what I'm trying to say? If you're trying to buy that $100,000 car, you better have at least 500,000. You know what I'm trying to say? At least. That's the best thing I can tell you, because at the end of the day, everybody likes preferences. I'm not gonna tell you drive a $10,000 car when you feel like you're a $100,000 rider. You feel me? If you feel like you, because at the end of the day, you put in that work. But the smart thing to do is make sure that you're covered. If this car crashes and gets totaled, we have to pay for it. Make sure you're able to cover all of that maintenance fee, all that wreckage fee, all the insurance that it comes with, everything, you know. So that's the best thing. Just make sure you're covered.
Now let's go into the mental of when you're coming up that ladder and you get it at a young age. And now that you're winning and people are seeing you, right? And they're seeing some notoriety. How do you deal with the leeches? How do you deal with the people who 5 years ago, oh man, they saw you, maybe you were walking on the bus, and now it's, oh, you want to ride? Oh, come on. How do you, you know, get with that?
You show love, you feel me? You show love. You, like you said before, you don't know everybody's true intentions, you feel me? And a lot of people's true intentions, you show love. 1 second, my phone says to me. 1 second. Yeah, so you show love, whatnot. You show love. That's the main important thing. But like I said before, you don't know everybody's intentions. So you take it with a grain of salt, you feel me? People like winners. You have to understand that's human nature, you know? People, they want to be part of something productive. So it's not no hard feelings. I don't take it too personal. There's times where you can take it personal, but you never try to take it.
Okay, and let me say this. You know, not taking it personal and still being like just a regular human being. Yes. You tell the people how much time in a week you put into, you know, perfecting your craft. It's 1:38 right now. You are out there working, you know.
Well, right now, man, I put in hours upon hours upon hours, lonely days in the gym, man. Feel me? It's super lonely, bro. Nobody's in there with you. Feel me? Only person that's there, you know, my pops, he's there with me. My little brother, he trained with me. He's a beast. You feel me? My guys, man, Nas and K. You know, you got the team. Those are the guys that's there. You get what I'm trying to say? And those are the guys that's only really there in those times where you wish you could be outside. You wish you could be talking to this girl. You wish you could be talking over here at this party. You wish you could be over here in California. You wish you could be doing 100 other things right now. But you know that once you, like, nothing else matters more than this. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm in that gym at least 8 hours a day, at least, you feel me? And that's like on an easy day. On a light day, I'm doing 8 hours in the gym. You feel me? On a tough day, we doing it's a 12-hour to 14-hour shift. Word. You feel me?
And you're cutting weight right now. Tell the people that's a you know, that's not an easy thing to do, especially when you have a good appetite at 18.
Yeah.
You know, what are you eating to make sure you stay in that top physical shape?
Man, you just gotta eat a lot of protein, drink a lot of water, you know, limit the fast food. You feel me? It's not like 100% clean diet, because you know, end of the day, I'm human. I'm a kid still. I like eating stuff, you know. There's still things I enjoy eating. But end of the day, it's like, regardless of what, I know what's important. I gotta make that sacrifice. And it's overall better for your body anyway.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Hey, you don't eat it, so we can eat it. Okay, so we'll eat it for you. Can you tell the people, you know, success, the best is yet to come for you? But
yes.
What is a community give back that you would like to do or that you're doing in the community?
Man, right now, man, I just motivate a lot of kids. You know, I still train at that rec center that I always trained at. You feel me? And you know, it's all about motivation. End of the day, yo, man, it just takes a kid with a dream to do something great, you know? And all it takes is for him to have that one person that believes in him. Because even family members, friends, they may not want you to succeed, but it's just they want you to succeed so bad that they look at odds. You get what I'm trying to say? And they be like, what are the odds of you doing this? What are the odds of you doing that? Like, you know, and they don't understand. A lot of the times you can create those odds. You control those odds, you know, by how hard you work, by how dedicated you are. You feel me? How you treat everything else. And you know, that's basically it. You just need to motivate the kids, man. Let them niggas know, man. Sorry, I don't know if I can curse. I'm sorry. But
you say whatever you want to say.
Thank you, man. But you know, you just gotta motivate them, man. Let them know, because a lot of kids, man, broken dreams cause a lot of bad things to happen, you know? A lot of shattered dreams cause people to just do unruly things.
Well, talk about, you know, not just broken dreams, but we all have a certain amount of time on this earth. Yeah. Can you talk about, I saw on your Instagram, RIP to Coach Kenny. Who was Coach Kenny to you, and, you know, that relationship?
Coach Kenny, man, he's the guy who really got me into boxing. You know, my father, he took me to the boxing gym. He got me trained and whatnot. But Coach Kenny was the guy who really made me, like, actually want to box, you know? And it was just, I don't know, man. He was just a special guy, man. My first official coach. You know, took me to my first couple fights, man. Taught me a lot of things, not just about boxing, but about life. You feel me? And, you know, he passed from cancer in 2014. And, yeah, man, it hurt a lot. But end of the day, he talked to me before. He let me know what's happening. He let me know, yeah, man, you know, Doc said I got XYZ amount of time to live in. One thing he always said, man, yo, everybody got to die one day. And that's kind of how I, because I was a kid at the time. I was like 8, 9 years old, maybe 10. But, you know, he was just explaining to me, yo, everybody dies one day, kid. And at the time, I never really understood it until he sat me down and he explained it to me, oh, man, everything, not just people, animals, plants, water, everything goes and has to come back again. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So that's one that's very special to my heart, man. You feel me? So good guy.
That shows your loyalty even at that age and how impactful that was, because people, I mean, everyone does have a time, but if we live our lives knowing that today could be the last, we might get more done than the person who's just, you know, trying to blow a L, blow a joint, get drunk. And you're like, man, I ain't got time for that. I got to win, you know, in life.
Yeah. You understand, man, like, time goes by so fast. I turned 19 in about 5 days. I have vivid memories from when I was 7, 8. I remember my first day walking to the gym, you know? I remember when I was like 10 years old thinking to myself, I'm in school sitting there thinking, yo, man, I'm going to graduate in 2020. And I'm like, that sounds mad far. Now 2020 was 2 years ago. For me, time flies so fast. And, you know, as we get older, we realize that. But that just makes you really want to put in more pain, put in that work so that, because I don't want to do this for the rest of my life, obviously. Nobody wants to work for the rest of their life. But it just, if you get the work out of the way now, you can have however much long, 60, 70 plus years of just freedom and enjoyment.
So what books are you reading, or what podcast are you listening to get you on that business tip? You know, I'm curious.
To be honest, I don't really watch a lot of podcasts and things of that nature and read. It's like more word of mouth. I know a lot of guys who do, like, you know, they're into stock market, they're into investing, NFTs, you know, car rentals, real estate, all that stuff, you know? Like, and a lot of these guys I met through boxing, You feel me? A lot of these guys I met through boxing. A lot of these guys I met through school. A lot of guys I met just by being a nice person. You know, we conversate. Yo, you're cool. You're cool too. We can work together. And it's like, just being a kind person gets you a lot, and it teaches you a lot. People, you can relate to people more. People understand where you're coming from, so they'll throw in extra tips. You know, again, people like to be a part of winning. They see me winning, like, yo, I want to know I helped the kid. You feel me? Yeah. And not more so they want anything from you. They just want to know, like, I had something to do with this. They have a story now. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, yeah.
And that is just beautiful.
What can the people, the public, besides, you know, watching your shows and coming to them when they're local or if they fly in, what can the people do to you? I don't know, maybe you have a YouTube, a TikTok, you could have an OnlyFans for all I know. What can they do to support you right from their house, no matter where they are in the world?
Man, the best thing they could do, I'm about to start up a podcast, you know. I start up a little podcast where I just kick it, you feel me? Just do regular stuff, because at the end of the day, you know, I'm still a kid, and like, you know, I still want to bring in as many fans. I want to show everybody I'm a normal guy, man. I'm a regular guy. I just happen to put in hours. I didn't wake up one day like this, you know? It was hours and hours and hours and hours just dedicated to just studying and training and just practicing and taking L's, you know? And, you know, you didn't just wake up one day and you became like me. It was just, it's hours. And I want to show everybody, like, yo, man, I'm just like me and you. Me and you are the same. We just gotta. It's the thing is, I put in the work. If you put in the work, we're on the same level.
Definitely, definitely. And you guys, I wanted to give you guys a taste, because I got a client that when he comes back into the country, I want him to. I want you to come on his show, and he has a much bigger YouTube audience. Okay. But I will say this, y'all. The links will be in the description. You gotta check this out. You gotta share this with somebody, because this is a young man with a dream that's getting it early. He's winning, and somebody else needs to hear this so they don't give up and they don't say, "Nah, I don't think it can happen for me." So tap into his. Tap in. Instagram will be in the description. No matter if you're listening from our newest partner at African Young Voices Radio in Freetown, Sierra Leone, or if you're listening on iTunes, YouTube, make sure you tune in. Brother, I appreciate you.
Man, I appreciate you, man.
Are you tired of the rat race in America? Are you ready to visit the motherland to relax and rejuvenate? Are you ready to explore all that Africa has to offer? Then check out the brand new Diversified Game Academy course, Prepare for My First Trip to Africa. Are you worried about being able to afford the trip? We got you. We will show you how to travel either on a budget or as a baller. Learn how to stress the value of the USD. Did you know that 100 United States dollars is worth over 1,000 South African rand, or 10,000 Kenyan shillings, or 54,250 West African CFA? Are you worried about taking your kids? Get the game from Kellen Cash, a bona fide world traveler, having traveled to almost 20 countries, several of those in Africa. Get the game on taking your kids on their first trips. Learn how to find the best tickets, get the visas, and plan your own adventures in Africa. Don't let Eddie Murphy have all the fun. Plan your own coming to Africa trip starring you, produced by you, and featuring you. If you are ready for a life-changing experience, sign up for our course today, Diversified Game Academy. Get prepared and purchase at diversifiedgame.com.